Hi everyone. Hey, we're back again. It's another Tuesday. So I am manning the Folkwise command center like I do on a Tuesday. That is what someone in my D&D group called my desk once. The Folkwise command center. I disagree with that. I don't know what I'm
The
doing.
command center.
Yeah, he's like, you're not at the command center. What's going on?
Oh my gosh.
Our Assassin's Creed 3 thing on like the schedule we posted on social media, he said like reimagining history with Assassin's
Yes.
Creed
Yeah,
3.
with Assassin's Creed.
And
Yes.
I'm sitting here like talking to our guest Teo, and I'm like, Teo, how far do you have to play before we can see an alien on screen? Before we can meet an ancient alien on screen?
Before we can meet an ancient alien.
Yeah, playing Assassin's Creed 3 because it's the one where you meet an ancient alien earliest into gameplay. So yeah, we're gonna be doing some Assassin's Creed 3. Hello, chat.
Yeah, yes, I love AC3.
Okay.
Air Conditioner 3.
That's-
No, I actually haven't played a lot of Assassin's Creed very in-depth.
Oh, okay.
I've seen
Daisy,
it played, so
Daisy,
I
what do you think these
understand,
games
like,
are about? Please tell me what you think these games are about right now.
Aren't you like okay. Aren't you like
Should I cut to
Son.
mod talk so they can see your face while you're doing this?
you can if you want.
Daisy, what is Assassin's Creed about?
Assassin's Creed is about aren't you like a royal son or something, and you're going on a quest to retrieve ancient objects, and then somewhere along the lines you develop like superpowers, and also I think that you're like descendant from an eagle.
Okay. How would you feel if I said the descendant from an eagle is the closest you got?
Oh my god. Okay.
And even
There
that's
is
being
something about
poetic.
it.
Even that's being poetic. Daisy, you're a guy in a chair. You're a guy in a chair named Desmond who's hooked up into a machine called the Animus that lets you live your ancestors' lives. And it turns out you're the perfect person to use that machine because all of your ancestors fought a secret shadow war across all the most important parts of history, fighting the Knights Templar. Daisy.exe has stopped working.
Find somewhere to hide. You need like a cave or something. Can you climb a tree?
I tried to and I fell off. Not everything is ladders.
Apparently not. Dang. We exclusively play games on this channel in which everything is a ladder. So we shouldn't. No more Assassin's Creed after this.
Did you read James's comment?
Yeah, when you're literally gonna get every other historical thing wrong on purpose, the least you can do is get the language correct. Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 3. Oh, we got stuff happening.
Creed 3. True.
What have we here?
Daisy.
I know
this
it's not
is-
offered everywhere, but
Daisy, this is the guy who shot the bed at the Battle of Monmouth himself.
That wasn't
Charles
very
Lee.
nice.
oh my god.
Listen to that. He knows English.
Not for a savage.
Spirited too.
Terrible.
We have questions
God.
for your
This
elders.
is so serious.
Only tell us.
Don't say your name for the
Charles
Fae. Don't.
Why do you ask?
Never
so
say
I can
your name.
find you.
Say your name, yeah, so I can find you.
Ugh. Yeah. Exactly.
It's
To
so
get the
weird.
person
It's
that's
so
gonna-
weird that like I
He
feel
is
like.
gonna get what's coming to him.
But like for a while, I think from when this game came out, 2012, for like 4 years, Charles Lee was most well known as the villain of Assassin's Creed 3, and then he becomes like a joke in Hamilton forever.
yeah.
So interesting. That you could talk about reimagining history. God, I love concussion mode.
Oh my god. Yeah. I do like how games try to like put you in a position. They try to put you in a situation.
Nobody does that to me.
They try to put you in a situation of concussion or like dazed or like on drugs. I always think that's a really interesting. Like how do you come up with the visual translation of like such an internal experience?
Okay, so my house is on fire.
Oh, it's bad. Get out of there.
Well, it's imagine if the game started with this and not like the 4-hour bait and switch of playing as a Templar.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Which is what I had to deal with. But yeah, obligatory parental death.
Yeah. Do you climb it? No, not everything is a ladder in this game.
I wish it were that
Ladders
easy.
are banned.
Can you believe? Could it all be so simple?
Can you believe?
Oh, I'm getting
Ladders are
I'm
banned.
getting a little desynced there.
From me?
No, from
the game,
from the
the game.
animus. From the chair, from the fancy chair you're sitting in.
The fancy chair.
I'm mashing A so fast. I'm gonna give
Mash,
myself a friction
mash.
burn. I gotta save Mom!
Mom needs save, or else your entire family and yourself and everyone is gonna burn. Need more equal descendants. James says, hang on, it's a different model texture than the rest of the wall and there's a hole in it. That being climbable was not an unreasonable guess. There's a lot of climbing in these games. Well, apparently you can't climb it. So, yeah. Thank you, Lomi. We needed a
Obligatory parental death.
Yeah. I know, we know fairy tales. We know this will happen. Fairy tales history? Our history fairy tales? We're reimagining it.
I'm just playing a game where I'm going to meet an alien.
Are we suspending our disbelief to understand the narrative elements that they're trying
This
to
is how your brain is
communicate a message with us?
One of many ways your brain is different than mine. All right, 9 years later, teenager, let's go.
Was he not a teenager before?
I think he was like 10.
How old was he before? Oh,
10 or something.
I missed that. Rebecca says, wait, is this the last of the Mohicans?
It's a little bit.
A little bit. Did you miss the intense running? Says Rebecca. Did I miss the intense running? I don't think so. We haven't done tons of running. We can do more intense running, probably. Look at this beautiful conifer. Some of the oldest of the trees.
The intense running is coming. There's a lot more running to be had in this game. Okay.
You're too good at this. You're not falling enough. You have too much legacy within you.
I'm an intense runner. Yeah.
Yeah. See, yeah, you're really fast.
I've been living in the forest for 9 years.
Yeah, and you just really understand how this works now.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is your... Yeah, I think you were just going like so fast.
You want to see some? Yeah, you want to see some real speed?
Yeah, you want to see some speed?
I didn't mean to do that.
Quick.
Yeah, as James Dalton Bell says, it's more of a crazy History Channel history of the secret Templar Assassins War.
Right. Which is why I think I don't know enough to like have an actual a well-informed opinion about it.
Where's my boy? Oh, he fell. He keeps falling in the gosh dang water.
Oh, that is really annoying. That you gotta like go save him or something. Like,
Do I?
I don't know. Like stuck. What's the deal? What if this is like a glitch in the game where you can just like never...
I have to save my gosh dang friend.
Oh.
I'm too good at running. I'm too good at dramatic parkour.
You're really too good at dramatic parkour.
To eat?
To eat. You have to collect food in this game?
Yeah, you got instead of having like Damascus
Is it like
or
survival?
Jerusalem or Rome, you have the woods.
Oh. You gotta get a snack.
Yeah.
is so accurate to what it was like. Need to see that big bear.
Oh, hey,
In the
what
way
if
I speak, yes.
Y'all mind? Ooh, y'all mind if I?
Interesting. I've generalized myself to a less explicitly SoCal manner of speech. That is so interesting. My parents have a herd of small four-legged creatures, and they hate headsets and people talking on the headsets. So,
Oh my
hey,
god.
I don't know. They might show up. They might show up. They might not.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
are
Oh
they
my
all-
god. Oh my god.
Wait, what is going on?
It's dinner.
What? Oh my god.
It's dinner.
That was easy.
Teo.
There you go, there you go.
There we go. There we go.
Everyone,
Nice.
we are
Hello,
here
everyone.
with Folklorist. What else do you call yourself? Folklorist, Egyptologist, recent master's
Yeah,
degree,
yeah.
right? You got your master's degree.
I'm in.
Beginning of the summer in like May.
Yeah, in May at the end of May. Yeah, I'm
Incredi-
officially a master now.
Incredible. Am I to assume you pretty much did all of that? You did a lot of that quarantine, but Teo Rogers,
man, like-
everyone. Teo Rogers is on the call. Teo, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for the awesome introduction. I'm humbled by it.
I'm hunting right now.
All right, cool. Got 3 out of 5.
Yeah, we're close. Well, the only reason we got one of those is because like 50 animals showed up all of a sudden at once.
It was cool.
Ooh.
It was pretty
Yeah, but-
powerful.
That's like the thing with all these hunting missions. Whenever you're on an actual one, they all disappear. Like with the Red Dead too, it's the same way. It's really annoying
Yeah.
for sure.
I love Red Dead though.
Oh, it's
I've
so
never
fun.
played a Red Dead.
Okay. I cried with Red Dead 2.
I think I know which scene you're referring to, especially.
It's
Oh,
so
God.
much. There's a couple that I was like, oh no, this is not going well.
Oh man.
Yeah.
This might be like the unpopular opinion, but I still prefer the first one. Like that's my favorite.
Really?
of
Red
the-
Dead
yeah, I
Revolver.
I
Oh
still
no, I
haven't.
meant the first Redemption.
No. Oh,
Down.
I'm sorry.
Run.
Okay.
Okay, we were promised this.
Oh, the fast run.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh my god, Big Bear!
Oh no, I got swiped. Oh god.
No! No! You of all people should know how to fight a bear.
How do I know how to
Love
fight a
bears.
bear?
Because they're like your favorite animal.
How does that mean I know how to fight them? You get real tall.
You don't research your favorite animals?
Not how to
Everything that you
fight
need to
them.
do?
Not how to fight them.
Pick 'em up.
What if you came across bear? You would need to know what to do.
Get very tall. Act like you're bigger than you are.
Oh, whoa.
All right.
Okay.
I love this game.
What about it do
I'm
you
not gonna
love?
lie.
What about it
just
do you
like-
love?
It's just like on like the on one of the checks we had is it's just like it's fun to mess around with without like getting too deep into like the details, I guess. But it's I don't know. It's like with all of the Assassin's Creed, it's just fun to go around killing people.
That's
I don't
fair.
know,
That's
it's-
kind of
it's-
like
It's good
Ubisoft's
stress relief.
thing.
Yeah, I played a lot of it during writing my thesis. Like, just stabbing people through the throat is really satisfying. Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I get it.
I played a lot of Smash. I think like the noise you make when you hit somebody in Smash was therapeutic.
See, and I played a lot of Minecraft, and I don't really know what that says about me other than I was like, let me be anywhere else but my thesis.
Oh, I totally feel that.
Does anybody else do that? Folks in the chat, like, does anybody else like get really into a game or a thing in general, like while they're writing or doing something really intense?
Daisy, you ever been into a thing?
You ever been like really into a thing?
All right,
What is your like thing that you're into?
let's talk to some people.
You ever gotten like
To
really,
remember.
really,
This
really into
this game
quilts?
specifically is a lot of
Many things.
is a lot of white screens.
So many things.
All right,
It's a
all
lot
right,
of white
let's
screens in this
listen.
game. Alright.
What do you have to tell me?
The heck are the subtitles? Oh, so nobody said anything yet. We can't hear it on our end this time.
Don't tell
folks.
them.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
insecure about it. I'm cutting that part out.
Don't be. Don't be insecure. It'll be okay. Death Loris, how do you think I got into Bravo? Hey, wait, Death Loris. Actually, for real.
Yeah, that's what I was
Where
getting
do
at,
you-
James. You're describing liking things. Okay, here we go.
Okay, I'm. Death Loris is with me. Death Loris, where do you watch Bravo? Is it on Hulu? Like, where do you watch Bravo? Because my mom was asking me today where to watch it. That's not just like recording on live, like with TiVo or something. James, you just described like things.
It's good advice right there.
All right. Show me. Yeah, let's go.
The artifact.
Always an artifact.
Oh yeah. And it's always glowing too.
Let's go. It's a glowing orb. All right. Teo, this is basically the part we picked you to have on stream for. I'm intentionally trying to get you to talk about this stuff.
Wait a second. Wait a second, folks. What's this? I've never seen this. Is this how?
This is like, is this supposed to be Minerva? If my
I think it's Juno, if my memory serves.
Juno, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but yeah. This is like the whole premise behind like the backstory of Assassin's Creed is like the gods were part of an advanced civilization lost to time, except in these artifacts. And this is the eagle part.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. This part is super cool, but it's kind of funny that Juno is also an eagle. But
is it
anyway,
Juno or Minerva? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
People in the chat
I'm pretty
are
sure
saying
it's
Juno.
Juno.
I'm pretty sure it's Juno.
I feel like it would make more sense with Minerva to be Minerva, like with the whole knowledge thing. But yeah. So yeah, that's like the basic tenet of, or one of the basic tenets of ancient alien theories too. Is you know the gods are real, whether they're aliens or Atlanteans or something.
Yeah.
And like they've left us these clues.
Extra dimensional beings. Yeah.
Yeah, just like whatever you want to call it, it all is essentially the same basic thing. Is that yes, the gods are real. They like gave us all of this technology for a purpose to to either worship them in a more connected way or like to build their shit for them.
Ow. Sorry.
Yeah.
James Dalton Bell in the chat says, "Come on, everyone knows what the real point of this series is to have a fist fight with the Pope."
I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean.
Or to put a hatchet through Charles Lee's forehead.
Just all hatchets through all the colonizers' foreheads. So it's really fun.
Yes.
But yeah, this is that's like wherever you go, wherever you see like an ancient astronaut theory, like if it's an Aztec pyramid or something. Yes, there is some kind of civilization or alien that gave people the technology to do that for some other kind of purpose.
I noticed that you said ancient astronaut theory and then that it's an alien. Is that like the way that people who listen to Ancient Aliens like talk about they talk about it like as astronauts, and then they say like because it's like because it's offensive to call them aliens.
Well,
elaborate on the distinction.
I mean, like again, it's like if you hear both of them, they're also kind of referring to the same thing, and you know, this idea that gods are real and they've left all these clues for us, but yeah, you're like ancient astronaut sounds like more legitimate than ancient
Yeah, it sounds like it's not an alien.
Yeah.
It was a guy who had a job on his planet.
Yeah. And I've never,
fascinating.
I've never really understood why they go for astronauts, except like that they travel the cosmos to get to Earth specifically, and like they've left their imprints on human civilization for thousands of years, you know, like stretching back to however far back you want to go. You can stretch the chronology to your delight.
So
but yeah.
Why? Maybe I don't know. I don't know anything about Juno. Why was Juno depicted in like a wedding dress?
'Cause alien.
Yeah,
that's what I was like. Is it like a?
I wouldn't call that specifically
alien?
no, that's not specifically a wedding dress. It is a.
It's like an angel.
Like an angel's raiment.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Teo, you probably have a better explanation of this, but I thought angel because like aliens are not unrelated to angels in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
They both show up. They both show up and shout, "Be not afraid."
True.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, yeah. If you've ever had the misfortune of watching Ancient Aliens, like you can see what they're doing. Like if they're talking about the Bible in an episode or doing like a close reading of a particular passage, like Exodus is the perfect example when God sends manna down and they have like flying machines and stuff, like people will tell you like, oh, the angels they're describing here, the angels are actually aliens and things like that. Because like they want it to sound more. The point behind it is, or the point behind the distinction is to make it sound more scientific than strictly angels. You know, it's like they place a lot of value in like the appearance of being sciencey looking, but
Isn't that
like,
interesting?
Yeah, like There's a great article about, like, not Ancient Aliens specifically. It's a Ula Volk article about like the scientific verification of legends, I think it's called. Yeah, and that gives it a like it addresses it in like much in fancier language and stuff. But yeah, I definitely recommend that. Like, and you can apply that to like any kind of pseudoscience discourse that you can think of, really. But yeah, it's an interesting phenomenon to think about, like how it happens in real time, because like for my thesis, like I joined a bunch of groups on Facebook and Reddit, and like across the board, like all of them prided themselves in strong research scientifically, and yeah, like they just place a lot of value in that kind of thing. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. And you can see like that kind of idea in this. Like this is like a, you know, it's like an empirically verifiable civilization.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, like with artifacts and things like that.
Even someone pointed out in chat, was it Wasteland Shaman? Yeah, Wasteland Shaman pointed out in chat that they're not strictly speaking aliens. They are a ancient and forgotten Terran civilization.
Yeah, and it's like it's a lot of them have kind of like abandoned aliens for kind of that explanation, just for the simple reason that it just sounds better scientifically.
Or that's
like,
saying something scientifically sounds.
Yeah, and
better.
just like it's better. Like you can kind of stretch the truth more like credibly, I guess, if you like dress it in scientific language, even though you're kind of describing the same thing. But yeah.
Teo, I want to talk to you about the rhetoric of belief as it relates to like materialist science or like the science that we learn in school, like really basic kinds of science and how that's communicated as like, and by science I specifically mean the materialist like Western conception of science, and how that relates to what it means for things to be factual. Tell me what your brain is thinking about all of this. Oh my god, by the way, yeah, big cat.
Oh, a big puma.
Hachi, folks.
Oh no.
Big cat on screen. Oh my god.
I suck at QuickTime events, apparently.
Oh, no.
I suck at QuickTime. Oh, cat knocked me into the pit.
Yeah, and that's like that's something I had a lot of trouble with, like while I was framing like the argument about ancient astronaut theories, because like I didn't want to call them beliefs because like they don't really think of the theories as beliefs, like if that makes any sense, like it's I was put in like kind of a tough position with that because like, you know, it's the job of the folklorist to like respect the community that you're studying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like I didn't want to frame it in terms of belief, but like at the same time it kind of makes sense too. And yeah, like so what they want to do like with the rhetoric of science and where it kind of verges more into the rhetoric of where they like apply more like rhetorical language, you know, structured on belief and that kind of thing is like they want to move past like the boundaries that science has set on certain things, like in the material realm, like with geology and that kind of thing, I guess. But yeah, with especially with archaeology, like archaeology, they kind of view the scientific the scientificization of archaeology as something that is detrimental to humanity as a whole. So they like kind of they view themselves as like the kind of the saviors of humanity from you know, pushing the envelope of what's accepted science or not. So yeah, they just move past like that, or they want to anyway. They want to move past like what science says is factual and moving it more into the belief realms, like while at the same time, like, you know, as I was saying before, like dressing their theories in scientific language. So yeah, it's interesting because like it's a good example of where like these two kind of these two fields that are supposed to be so disparate and like, you know, ideologically distinct, like merge together into like one cool genre of analysis. So
That is
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. And it's like yeah, and like with it, like they move into these like exotic places or places with very ancient pasts, like Stonehenge or something, where we don't know that much about like the nitty-gritty of who built them and why, and like how exactly, like there are good explanations, like not in ancient astronaut ways, but yeah, like so those kind of epics and eras are like more like they see that as something they can kind of claim for themselves and claim for their particular kind of discourse. So yeah.
I see Death Lorist wants in on this conversation and has thoughts, quote unquote, and I'm waiting for her to pop off either in chat or like in here, because I also find it like endlessly fascinating.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The role of the unknown in belief, right? Like you can't know what you don't know. And so things like that leave so much ambiguity just really easily lend itself to lots of different interpretation.
Yeah. Yeah, sure.
And then what we see as legitimate or illegitimate interpretation is fascinating. I'm sure people think about this all the time, and I know there's many more complex ways to think about it, but we're all thinking the same questions. And it's kind of cool that I don't feel like people think folklorists think about those questions. I think that they're like, oh, art or something. I don't know, but like it's really philosophy, right? Like, how do people understand themselves and the construction of their own beliefs or in the beliefs of their community? And do people think critically about them, or do they just end up believing what they believe? And oh my gosh, it's fascinating.
Yeah, and it's like it's interesting because like with ancient astronaut stuff, like everyone I talk to like has this one moment in their lives where they can, pinpoint how they first got interested in it. So like it's an interesting case study in like the culture versus experience thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and when you're describing like people that you talk to or people that you've interacted with who do believe or are using the rhetoric of ancient astronauts, like I relate to that in my own work as a belief and legends scholar with Tasmanian tigers. Like some people really want me to make a claim about my belief in their existence or non-existence because it like connects me to either their community or to, I don't know, their worldview, and they want to know that like I'm on their side.
Yeah.
When to me the interesting part is less that the Tasmanian tiger exists or doesn't exist, but rather the fact that people are talking about it so much.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what do you feel like? Is that a feeling that you also share, or how does that show up in the work that you do or the people that you've communicated with about the kinds of belief that you're interested in?
Yeah, yeah. People are really like the people I interacted with were kind of initially apprehensive about that. Like, and then like as I talked to them, I and said like, oh, I'm a folklorist. Like, I'm not an archaeologist or anything. So yeah, and like just kind of explaining, what we do and like what I specifically wanted to do. With them and like have them collaborate with me and their understanding and my own understanding of it that kind of disarmed them like in a way that I hope was respectful towards them but yeah like yeah it's people definitely did try to like get me to take their sides on ancient astronaut stuff and I couldn't bring myself to like to lie to them because like I just can't like accept any of that but
Well,
but
here's
yeah
I have a question for you.
yeah go
You
for
said
it.
everyone has a moment when they knew they got into like ancient astronaut theories. When was the moment you knew you got into people who got into it?
Yeah well COVID kind of helped me with that because like
Interesting.
I was thinking of like topics to do for my thesis and like all but this one involved like going to actual like physical field sites.
Sure.
Yeah, so like and I would like to do that at some point like as when things get better, but yeah, like as I thought more about it, like at first I was like, oh, there can't be that much like scholarship about this stuff, but going down the rabbit hole of like both the theories themselves and like what scholars have written about them, like and just like thinking like, oh, how can I like bring a folklorist perspective into this scholarly debate like that was kind of a good motivating factor for me and like how I first got interested and then like as time wore on like I just kind of kept getting more and more invested into the people that like comprise the communities
So
of
it was kind of a thesis of convenience, but it ended up being something that really
yeah
worked for you. Yeah.
yeah exactly yeah and just like yeah it was a good yeah it was a good experience for me and just like solidifying like what I want to do with my research at
Hmm.
least one area of it but yeah yeah that's a good way to put it, a thesis of convenience.
Not to be like not to say it was trivial or anything. Yeah.
No, yeah, and I'd always like thought like, oh, these theories are kind of problematic, like from like a a colonialist and racist point of view, but I wanted to see how like that was enacted in virtual real time. So yeah,
Yeah.
that was something before my thesis. Like that's kind of what motivated the idea for like among the other ideas for my thesis. And then yeah, then it just became like the most convenient option for me. So yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Have you ever come across like a conversation or a moment in your research or in your thinking where your openness to hearing or to participating in conversations of belief as a folklorist got you access to like information that wouldn't normally be shared to like the average person?
Totally, yeah. Like one of the most extreme group I joined on Facebook was a lot like that. Like they had like this whole like rules page and questions you had to answer and like I had to write to the mods and the admins to like ask permission to join. And like yeah, that was something I felt like, oh, this is something most people probably shouldn't be seeing or experiencing, but yeah, it's most no what like a thread that I wanted to explore more was, but I didn't have like the space to, was like how they're different on the platforms, like because there are major differences with like Facebook groups and like Facebook groups like by their own admission in some cases like are more credulous than the people that I encountered on the Reddit forums that I joined. And like they're in that vein, there are more alien exclusive theories on Facebook, whereas with
Sure.
Reddit they take the more archaeological route, which is pretty interesting and like something I can definitely write about in the future. So yeah.
There's like a whole kind of like science versus quote unquote pseudoscience controversy with the thylacine that manifests in the differentiation of all of these Facebook groups. I'm sure it's like similar for your experience with ancient astronauts or whoever.
Yeah.
But like one time I was wearing a shirt that said I believe in Tasmanian tigers and I had a picture of Tasmanian tiger on it, and I was doing field work for like agroforestry, like what in my mind was a fairly separate field of interest. So I was thinking about the ways that people use and understand the forest farming and selling like non-timber forest products. So anything that's not lumber, basically. And somebody saw my shirt and was like, "Do you know that panthers still exist in the South?"
Ooh.
And like I was able to have like this whole conversation with somebody because of my interest in Tasmanian tigers in a way that I didn't even think about it, but like as these like animals that have a role in like forest production and belief, and like nobody would have said that to me if I wasn't wearing that shirt, right? Because they would have totally
Yeah.
felt like they were completely like in a science zone where like panthers haven't existed in the South and whatever, quote unquote says materialist science, right? But then
Yeah,
this
yeah.
person was like opened up to me because of that. And like, have you like those experiences
Yeah.
are like the most important thing about being a folklorist to me? And I don't know, what do you think about situations like that?
I just want to say
Yeah.
well done, Death Loris. That's how you use that emote.
Yeah, it's true. Shitbird emote just got completely spammed because Flexitron is trolling Dom.
Get out of the way.
Oh, I'm getting out of the way.
After.
Oh, look, horses.
Horse.
There you
horse.
Glitch horse.
We love glitch horses.
Stupid
Oh,
horse
also-
just fell out of the porch.
Did you see me become Joe Rogan and take down an elk? I just want to say.
Ooh.
Yeah, what was that about? You're very strong in that moment.
I was Joe Rogan.
You're very strong in that moment.
Yeah. And you know who else could probably take down an elk? Is a chimp.
Probably.
A chimp
Dog
on
alert!
DMT. I always get like DMT and DMX confused. Like Joe. I don't know why, but yeah, the Joe Rogan thing just like
Joe Rogan
brought that up for me.
he loves both.
He loves his DMT. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love DMX?
Who doesn't love
Who doesn't
DMX?
love DMX? Yeah.
You couldn't hear me laugh, but I laughed so loud when you said that. I love it. It was very good, inspirational.
Two things especially, like going back to like the desire to be like scientific, just like having an affiliation with like a university or something like that gets people especially on Reddit, that gets people like interested in talking to you, and just like just the general desire to participate in a research project like that, I think was a big thing for a lot of people. But yeah, the second point is just being a folklorist, and again like explaining like what it is that we do, because like what one person told me on Reddit, like that he thought I just wanted to join their group to make fun of people who believed in ancient aliens for my thesis. And like then I interviewed him and he was like, oh, you're great, like you weren't like ideologically or politically motivated at all. So yeah, just that connection with like a institution of learning helped, and honestly the discipline, like I don't think I would have had the same reception if I had been like someone in like in the hard sciences or in materialist sciences, or an archaeologist or a straight up Egyptologist or something. So yeah, I think those two factors, and at least because it's so much, it's harder to do it in a digital space for sure. Than I think it is anyway. Than walking around with a t-shirt on that kind of signals that in a more tangible way. But yeah, it's another debate for another time, I guess. But yeah, that's kind of the journey I had with that. And yeah, just like I just found people were more willing to talk to me about what they believe in, and slash like theorize about, like since I'm in the humanities, and not a scientific person. So yeah.
A quote unquote not a scientific person.
Yeah,
quote unquote.
That would probably get me some like conversation starters.
Yeah, well, and I mean that's the perception, right, of the humanities, is that it's just talking to people. It's not science. If you're just talking to people.
Yeah, for sure.
So interesting. I tried evaporated goat milk with Mary Hufford because she loves it, and this relates to specifically being offered elk milk.
Oh, of course, yeah. And Daisy, I just want to say, while you're on this tangent, I was trying to say elk meat and it came out wrong, but keep going.
Oh, okay. Well, you said... I thought it was elk milk.
I don't know if Joe Rogan's an elk milk guy. He certainly loves elk meat, but keep going.
I'm sure he is.
Okay.
I was getting ahead of myself, Shitbird. Calm down.
I told Shitbird that it's all about vernacular architecture.
Yeah, yeah. Look at this beautiful house.
Beautiful house.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Look at this beautiful house.
Of riding to rescues, of saving the world.
That was awesome.
This course,
He rules.
the only thing you could be is
he's a badass.
The world's moved on, boy.
Do not accept that as an answer. Well, tough. You're gonna have to. Flexitron, grow up like all of us did. Also, Death Lorist gave a little bit of details about that drinking game, which is just you choose a trope and then drink every time it popped up, of course. But what I need to know is what the tropes were, or what a trope was, and then Deathlorist also said it wasn't considered a success until everybody was drunk on the floor yelling aliens at the end of the
Hell
night.
yeah!
Which sounds very
Yeah.
fun.
That sounds
And
really
I
fun.
very much wanna play.
I just want to point out that we used to do that with Degrassi.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. Oh, and that's like such a. Okay. Dang. We need to have a. I don't know, an alcohol scholar, which we know many of, on the show, so we can talk about drinking.
You didn't
games and
say
drinking
ick,
culture.
but okay.
Last time, and I wound up with a dead horse and a dark eye.
Who are you?
Because I just think like it's fun to do drinking games. You can do it just for like any show ever that has commonalities or common themes, threads throughout, which is so fun that people just turn that into like their favorite thing that they watch with their friends. Or the weird thing, if you're me. By the way, Dom, I have a budding list for you of bad films to watch.
Hold on, I'm fighting.
Teo, are you into bad movies at all?
Oh yeah, I love bad movies.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Have you
yeah.
seen the So, do you know the Everything is Awful YouTube channel?
Yes.
I've heard of it, yeah.
Okay, they have a film. And it's pretty unbelievable. The way that they have edited dialogue from all of the Everything is Awful videos, which are just like, I don't know, historical, publicly produced, mostly cheap budget films that were sometimes like educational children's content, sometimes like religious, like home films that were shared at churches, whatever. A range of things that are very uncomfortable and strange that exist in the world somehow through videography, cinema, and they're spliced together. The dialogue is spliced together to create a sort of implication about what it means to be a human being in the 80s and 90s.
Oh, that
Fascinating stuff. Yeah, and so it's not like anybody acted for it. It's like they literally just edited a bunch of these different films together into what I consider a masterpiece, and is probably an unwatchable film for many people.
Yeah.
But I watched it recently, and it's very good. So Everything is Awful.
That sounds great.
Yeah, it's very cool. They have a
Cool.
a full film. And then I watched a couple other really weird films, which I'll talk about off screen because they're too powerful, but and not the point of tonight's episode. But I got a list of bad movies that I'm cultivating that are gonna take you to another planet. So join our Discord if you want me to post the list.
I love that. Well, I saw a trailer for, like, speaking of bad movies, for a movie, the first ever movie produced by Ben Shapiro and the Daily Wire.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yes!
I'm totally gonna watch that.
Oh my god, please do. Dom, Flexitron tells you to be better at stabbing, to stop losing, to defend yourself, and to stop dying.
Kayla, can you help me here? Okay, thank you.
Dom also says, or excuse me, Flexitron also says,
Dom!
You're dying. Sorry. I read Dom first, but Flexitron 93 says, Dom, you're dying, and wants you to stop dying. Because apparently, you're not fighting the colonizers hard enough. Fight them harder.
Yeah.
Get them out of here.
Alright, how's that?
There you go.
Oi, bravos!
I love how you're like,
Oi,
I
bruv!
love how your like stabbing sound is like a sad frog.
It's a raccoon. It's a raccoon. It's a raccoon eating.
Is that what they sound like?
A little bit. It's like that.
You've practiced this in the mirror.
Human shield! Let's go! Come at me. Come at me, anti-god! Anathema sit!
Flexitron says, they're going to culturally conserve your people.
Oh, come on.
Oh god.
Beat them more. Be stronger. Oh my gosh.
You got it.
Teo, have you played
That's
like
so much fighting.
a number of the
Missed the
Assassin's
running.
Creed games? Or which games have you played? Slash, the bigger question is, what kind of video games do you like to play?
Oh, that's well, I especially like playing retro games. I have a Super Nintendo, like the actual console, but I only have one game for it, unfortunately. But that's what I grew up with, and I never really lost the taste for it. So yeah, that's probably my favorite kind of game to play. And like I just finished Castle Symphony of the Night.
Oh yeah.
For the first time like a couple weeks ago, and man, that game really holds up. But yeah, I love all the Castlevania games, the ones I've played anyway. But yeah, Metroid, blanking on games now, always happens.
Nice.
But yeah,
It's okay.
But yeah,
Are you into the
like,
Castlevania show?
Oh, I love this show, man. It's
You know,
so
our
good.
group chat loves it. We love the
Yeah.
lesbian vampires. Let's go.
Oh, they're awesome.
Let's go, lesbian vampires.
I was totally rooting for them in this last
No.
season. It was so sad, but man, that show was so good.
Heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Heart-wrenching season.
I only wish they'd used more music from the games.
Yeah, that's true. That's something
that
I
would be
always
cool.
Yeah.
That would
like
be cool.
the scene with Bloody Tears was fucking awesome.
I know, right?
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
So cool.
Oh
Man,
my God.
I like rewatching.
Still
All right,
like
you happy,
10 times.
Shipbird? You happy, Shipbird?
Shipbird, yeah, check this out. Finally, God. Oh my God, I can't stop thinking about that show. We are at a moment probably where we could take a break.
Oh, we're almost at a stopping point in the game because here's Hercules.
Yeah,
Here's
like,
Hercules.
after this-
Achilles, Hercules. Achilles being a
Yeah.
badass.
Classic scholar, are you?
He's more of a Hercules than an Achilles in my mind. I guess he's.
He's got a bad ankle.
He's got a bad. Oh, is that why? That makes sense.
Oh, I don't know.
He's got a bad leg. I guess he's a dead kid, not
Ankles
a dead
joke.
boyfriend.
Ankles.
Quilts have had meaning on many levels. Making quilts helped me to get a sense of my own space, sense of finding my way, sense of really working my way out of the labyrinth.